Aloha, pachucos and muchachas. It's time for viewer questions and comments. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. So let's get to it. I am in the process of putting together a much cleaner format where I'm going to be able to get to more of your questions and comments. But just bear with me here because I've had many more than I expected. Okay, so let's get to it. Dark Schneider says, how can someone help others and themselves when they are dirt poor and rely on help from others? Well, you can't. You can't. I mean, it's really that simple. And a correct model for this planet, if it was operating on a much better level, would be to have people that have more. I mean, gratuitously more. Do more for others. Okay, I'm talking about, you know, those upper tier 1%ers or 0.00001%ers. I'm talking about those people. The people that literally their families don't have to work for 500,000 lifetimes. Those types of people. But no, getting back to your specific question, no. You're not responsible for anything. If you're just getting by and you're just surviving, and that's all you're required to do. So, hope that answers it for you. That's my opinion on it. And also, you have to understand one thing. Let me explain something. Many of the people that have absorbent amounts of wealth these days stole it. They didn't actually compete in some democratic environment and they were better than other people and that's why they have all of what they have. They just outright took it, stole it, rehypothecated it, conspired to obtain it, and illegally processed situations and circumstances in their benefit or to their best interest. So understand that, and that's all going to be unwound. It's all in the process of being unwound. So, you know, if you're in a certain circumstance or situation where you're just getting by and you just don't have it to give, hey, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Don't let it grind you. Don't let it get to you. But, you know, you're A-okay. All right. Why? As in the letter Y. This is another question. This is the viewer's tag. Why? 70811. The UK voted in 2016 to leave the Eurozone, European Union. Do you think Brexit will happen this year? No, I don't. The uncertainty is making much of the nation crazier than it has been in living memory. I understand. And thanks for your question. You know, no, and I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm just saying that from my last example, that many of the oligarchs and power elite and all these people got to their positions by hijacking the positions and stealing things. Okay? Well, that's what they're also very, very bad decision makers. They don't have the aptitude. They didn't get to their positions under normal circumstances of competition and fair and adequate competition. They are very much below par, subpar. They're cavemen, in my opinion. They don't deserve the titles. They don't deserve the positions that they're in. So when something like Brexit comes on the table, it just short circuits them. They can't handle it. They can't handle the even thought of a Brexit deal. They can't even handle thinking about what it could lead to or what it could be because they're constantly defending themselves because they know deep down inside that they don't deserve those positions. That's why they get so defensive. It's because if you were a person of high aptitude and a person of high consciousness, you would know that, hey, let anything flow. It doesn't matter because I'm in the position that I'm in because I deserve to be here. And any circumstance that changes is not going to affect my position. See, but they're very concerned with that. So I don't think it is going to go through. I think there's going to have to be some type of a collapse, some type of a not a catastrophe, but a wrenching up of the system to where it just stops functioning. And you can already see that now. I think that that's going to have to get to a level where literally the system seizes up on one level or another, and then you're going to see all the types of different change. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, question number 3, I'm going to Daddy AI37. I agree people here in Australia are getting crazy. One of my comments in a former video, to preface this and to pre-subscribe this, is that people are acting out of their minds for whatever reason. And he's commenting saying, yeah, in Australia it's the same way. Our politicians are the worst. A few energies have been blocking me and giving me headaches. That can happen. I put up the mirrors and say return to sender. Good for you. Stand up. Love it. But those not into energy work go crazy. Correct. Consciousness, higher levels of consciousness, and even seeking higher levels of consciousness will persuade or condition you to act on a higher level, which gives you more perception, and it actually gives you more aptitude. So absolutely, consciousness and the working toward higher consciousness helps. For example, those little exercises that Jay had on the channel about he would pause the video and then you go and look at it, those are excellent to expand your consciousness. Anytime you work on something like that, you will become more perceptive and you'll become more solid in your composition. Therefore, you're more together. Therefore, your thought patterns are much better. Therefore, you have a cleaner and clearer understanding of what's going on. Okay? And I'll be talking about this whole concept here of consciousness and the building of consciousness coming up. It's one of my ideas right now. It's one of the reasons why I pulled your question. And for those people that I didn't get to, I will get to you. It's just the questions have been a little more than I thought they were going to be. So please deal with me until I can get a better way of dealing with the questions and comments and get a routine built up. Also, there was a sub or an inquiry about having a private way to communicate with me off of YouTube. I'm working on that. I understand exactly where you're coming from, and things are in the works right now to develop something like that. So you guys will have a lifeline to get a hold of me, get in touch with me, comments, questions, whatever it is, outside of the YouTube envelope. So that is being worked on. Okay, yeah, we're, what is it, Saturday today? Oh, and by the way, real quick comment. All the other questions and comments right now, excellent, guys, excellent. I love it. I'm loving the type of responses. I'm loving the kind of questions. I'm loving the time of just a little comment. Everything you guys are doing, I'm very impressed with. I'm very happy with it. So, on a side note, anyhow, 11:04 a.m., 10/19/2019. Thanks.